What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video, and we're talking stats again. Week 11, we're comparing last week's stats. Sorry, this is last week's stats to this week's stats, and let's see where we're at. Honestly, there isn't a huge amount of deviation, and that just shows the consistency that I'm doing things with, which is key for anything that we do in life. Consistency is the key to success in the long run. We can't rely on motivation, we have to rely on discipline. So, sleep. This week, last week, 2 days of data were missing, which I mentioned in my last video of the Oura Ring, which I think massively skewed the sleep situation here, because this is way over what I normally do. And so let's take a little bit of that with a pinch of salt. This is more realistic here, what I did this week, because the ring, now I actually got it sorted. There was a bit of a back and forth with Oura Ring. Customer service wasn't very good. In the end, they sent me out a new ring, and they gave me an extra 3 months on my contract. So all good in the end. I've got a new ring. We should have the data now. The battery on this should now last a lot longer than it was lasting. So sleep this week just gone 7 hours and 44 minutes. Last week was 7:51. Deep 1 hour and 35. REM 1 hour 31. This is kind of what I'm looking for. It's around 20% of my total sleep, and it's divided by that. So 40% of my quality of sleep, deep and REM, is my whole night's sleep, but the rest is 60% of that is going to be mainly light sleep and then some waking up times here or there. But overall, this is kind of what I'm looking for. So I'm really pleased with that. An hour and a half on both is brilliant. Last week, again, this is nowhere near accurate. 144, 147, still kind of the 20% mark, but because of the 2 days missing, just not really a truthful number for me usually. In terms of heart rate variability, 39. Last week, 44. This is way too high. My heart variability is never really that high. My resting heart rate, 48. This week just gone 49. That's about right, if I'm honest with you. My VO2 max, again, I think VO2 max is incorrect. 38, 37. It hasn't gone up since I've started this whole marathon running. So I would have expected that to have improved. Again, how accurate these tools are at logging it, and I'm going by the Oura, and the Apple Watch doesn't seem very accurate. This is not the sports version of the Apple Watch, just a normal one. So I don't know how accurate that is. So that's those stats. In terms of calories, this week I consumed 2,637, a bit lower than I normally do. Again, that wasn't intentional. It was just one of those things. I ate as I normally do, a few meals out like I normally do as well, and just at the end of the week, I wasn't hungry enough to eat what I needed to on Sunday to get that to 8, and so it is what it is. Not really bothered about it. The things that matter to me most is my protein, which is 191. Last week was 199, so around the same. My carbs, 324. Last week was 326, again around the same. And this is where the calories have dropped. So fat, 61. Last week was 77, so less fat. And last week I did eat out a lot more than I did this week. Typically when I eat out, things tend to have a lot more fat content in them, hence why it bumps up the calories. Fiber, again, 45, really pleased with that. 47 last week. So in terms of micronutrients, very similar, apart from the fat. And in terms of weight, 66.4 last week, 66.1 this week. Now, it's got nothing to do with eating less calories at all. My weight's actually being up and down on average between 66.4, 66.1, 66.3. Really, I consider that pretty much a consistent number, and nothing's really changing. So I'm not too concerned about that. And really, weight right now is not something I'm focusing on in any way, shape or form, so I'm not one bit bothered. As for steps, a lot less as well. 10, 119. Last week was 11, 285. It's actually quite interesting with the steps. So the step situation is actually coming down, and I'm increasing my activity through cardio because of the marathon running. So because I've been doing a lot more biking from work and to work and back home pretty much daily, I'm getting a lot less steps than I would do because of that activity. And then I'm leaving all of my steps from my runs. And so that hasn't been enough to give me an average over the week of 11,000, 12,000, which is kind of what I was aiming for before this whole journey. But again, I'm not too concerned about it because right now I just will need to get better at running, and I really need to focus on my recovery so it doesn't affect my weight sessions, it doesn't affect my life outside of here with the family and work and everything else that comes into it. So I've got to balance things out a little bit. So again, I'm not really too focused on this number here at the moment because I know that activity has gone up. So all good on that front as well. But yeah, I still would like to be around 11, 12, but it's not focused. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. Now let's look at last week's activity. As for activity, this is what happened last week. Monday, usual 6.6 miles bike ride, 3.3 to work, 3.3 back. On the way to work, it takes me about 13 minutes. On the way back up, between 15 and 16 because it's more uphill. Tuesday, again, 6.6 mile bike ride and a full body sessions. Now my full body weight training sessions are lasting around an hour and a half. Purely because I'm doing 3 sessions a week, trying to fit in everything I need to within the volume that I can handle. So about an hour and a half. Wednesday, 6.6 miles, again bike ride. Thursday, full body session and then 3.5 mile run. That was the easy run this week, but I'm finding the easy runs the hardest runs, if I'm honest with you. After doing an hour and a half of weights, it drains me out to then go on a run, even a 3.5 mile run. So they feel a lot more difficult than the long runs at this moment in time. Also, I truly prefer to run first thing in the morning, get out of bed, get on the road and go, which is what I'm doing on the long runs on Sundays. They just feel much better. Running in the middle of the day just seems a drag at this moment in time, not really enjoying it as much, but it is what it is. At this moment in time, that's what has to happen because of my life. Friday, 6.6 miles bike again. Saturday, only a full body session, and I did that at a different gym. I didn't train at the hub. Fancied something a little bit different. I went to the warehouse gym in Leicester. They've got some incredible kit on there. So went and had a bit of fun with their kit. Had a good session, felt motivated, felt great. And then Sunday, my longest run to date, 8 miles Sunday morning. And again, didn't feel too bad. But yeah, that was the week's activity, the week's stats. Today, we are now already on Thursday of week 12. I'm supposed to be doing a hill runs today, but the last time I did hill runs, it absolutely cleared me out. I was sore for a few days, and so I don't want to do that, and especially because I have to do a full body session as well today. So what I am going to do instead is I'm going to do a full body session today, and then after that I'm going to do the sprint that is asked of me on the hills on the rower. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a lot less impact on the joints, better for recoverability, and so hopefully it won't impact the rest of the week for me in terms of feeling absolutely shattered and recovering from muscle damage, which is the thing I don't want as much as possible whilst we're on this process. But I'll talk you through more exactly what the run was supposed to be today later on, and what I'm going to do instead to kind of supplement that. I'll see you on the gym floor. Gym floor, I've already started training, but I had a client in here with a coach of mine training his clients, and it's very unprofessional to have thanks camera out, tripod out, just doesn't look professional. So he's gone now. I've got the gym to myself for a bit. I've done the majority of work already in terms of what I want to get out of the session. The first 3 exercises are the most important for me. So I did disconnected. Oh, connected, disconnected. Make your mind up, girl. Calves, glute drive, single leg, deadlift, focusing on the glute mid, and then clavicular pec fly, a cross cable trap fly, and a cuff cable fly. Now with the flies, I'm being very careful. I've got a really bad shoulder, so I've had a problem with the shoulder for a while. I fixed it. I went to play tennis, and things are pretty bad. So right now I'm going through a bit of rehab, seeing a physiotherapist, and just working on making sure I don't make it worse whilst trying to recover from the situation. So the clavicular and the fly, I'm using a cuff to try and reduce the shear load on the joint, on the shoulder joint. And it's working well, not very heavy, just trying to work through the muscle, trying to at least keep the muscle mass that I've got and not just totally not do anything with it without creating more problems. And now I just finished off leg extension. I've got seated leg curl, I've got hip flexor, cable raise, a leg press, quad focus, a machine upper back row, which I'm not sure if I'm going to do because that can affect my rotator cuff on this shoulder, so I'm going to see how that goes. A lying cuff side lateral, a pull down, a tricep movement and a bicep movement. I'll record some of that for you guys to see, and then we've got the cardio portion, which should have been the hill runs, but it's not. And I'll talk to you in a bit about that. For now, enjoy the exercises, and I'll see you on the cardio.
I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter.
So session completed, now it's cardio time. So as I said to you, I'm going to be doing the cardio. I did say rower, but I'm going to do the bike because my body's my shoulder as well, I'm not really happy with it. So just to give you a bit of an insight as to what today was supposed to be. It was supposed to be hill runs, warm up, and then 60-second runs uphill with a 30-second walk rest, and then supposed to do 7 of those repeats, and then 0.75 mile run at the end. I'm not going to do that because last time, honestly, it really wrecked me. So instead, I'm going to use the watt bike. I'm going to do a 5-minute warm up, easy spin. I'm going to do 60 seconds of hard effort times 7, obviously with a 30-second rest in between that. So that's going to be my basic hills runs, but on the bike. A lot less impact on the body, a lot less muscle damage on the body because there's no landing, so the bike is great for that. And then I'll just do another 3 to 5 minute easy cool down, and that's it. So hopefully this is still build what I need to build, that strength, that cardio capacity, that VO2 max capacity to help me in the runs. Now probably this is counterproductive towards actual marathon running, but this is muscle versus marathon. I do not want to lose any muscle, and I don't want my sessions to be affected. I don't want my sessions to be affected for the rest of the week, and I want my life to be affected for the rest of the week. I'm not an athlete, guys. I'm not here to try and beat records. I just need to get good enough to run this marathon. That's it. So let's go. Disgusting. Hate every second of it. It's for that reason. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to donate. See you on the next one.